right, it's the January 22nd edition of the podcast. Ryan's missing again this week. He decided that he'd rather go out and drink. When I always put my plans on hold until after the podcast is done because I care about you guys, I care about the listeners, but I don't know, priorities are all fucked up, I suppose.
Hey, your priorities are fine, man. You're drinking during the podcast. That's what matters.
And that's what I drink during it, and then I go out and then I meet them. It's just his roommates that he sees every day.
He sleeps 50 feet from, but hey, you know what? Who knows when he sees him next? So
yeah, we're best friends that I live 3 hours away. But what are you gonna do? I think what he's really scared of. Kyle and him went to Cubs convention last week, and they did the pitch speed, and this is the guy, big baseball guy, topping out at 57 miles per hour. So I think I was gonna bring it up.
I didn't.
He shied
I
away.
wish he was here for him to hear this.
I'm gonna just say this. I didn't do any better. I actually did a lot worse. But he was chucking high. He was throwing. I think mine was 53. It was terrible. There's a reason I didn't make the freshman baseball team when I was at Larkin. But
that's the difference. You're 4 miles out. This is a 4-year baseball player.
And also, he was throwing out of the zone, and I was hitting the strike zone perfectly. And I don't know. I was the Greg Maddux of the group, I would say.
Greg Maddux could throw it 53 miles per hour with his feet.
Yeah, but he was a slow pitcher in a sense.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not true, but I get your point.
I don't know.
I was exaggerating. Shit.
Let's get Greg Maddux on the podcast. I like your head. I like where your head's at, Tyler.
You like your head?
I'll give him a call.
It's nice to actually have a laugh. It's been the worst week ever. Colin and I we hate to talk about the actual game, but I think it's got to be addressed. This has been one of the 3 worst things in my life, and that kind of says it's been a good life, but that loss on Sunday was the worst thing to ever happen.
No,
I saw that Josh Sitton said that he wishes they hadn't made the playoffs at all because it was just he felt like he wasted 7 or 8 months. So would you?
That's how I feel about being a fan.
Rather have missed the playoffs
every year make the playoffs. Every year we make the playoffs, so nothing happens.
No, but I'm asking, would you rather have missed the playoffs this year entirely, or have what happened?
That fucking hurt.
I think that when I look back at it, when next year is starting, I'm going to be happy that we made it. But when you think about it, the Bears got the number 7 pick. We got the number 30 pick. Losing the way that we fucking did is way worse than just, getting Kaepernick all over the fucking field. Losing the way that we did.
It's a complete fucking meltdown.
You could be a Bears fan or a Lions fan and just be like, oh, fuck you guys. You guys don't know anything about being a bad team. But we do. We don't. But, it's way fucking worse. You can just sit and watch loss after loss and be like, this fucking sucks. And I understand. I felt through you Bears fans this year. I felt it. And I hate them usually, but I felt bad for him this year. And I know you don't want my pity, but I felt bad. This is way fucking worse than that.
So yeah, would you rather have gone through what the Bears went through this year, and not have that loss, or
in short term? Looking at it, I would take the Bears, but long term, I'd take the Packers every time.
Because in the future, we're going to have more opportunities. Wow. So we'll have more opportunities in the future. So I am going to say Packers. But as far as devastation goes, I know you guys hit a low this year. This is the lowest I've ever felt after.
Well, the problem with the Bears low, and we won't talk more about it because obviously we've talked way too much about the Bears to begin with. But the problem with the Bears low is it literally just it was like, hey, you know what would be worse if this happened, and it just kept getting worse. You know what would be worse if an offensive coordinator started crying in front of his team. Oh, that happened. Oh, well, you know what would also suck if one of our best wide receivers is trying to box a random fan on Instagram. Oh, that's happening? That. And the only difference, too, is where you guys were just, blindsided. There was a point during the season that I was just whatever. I just gave up. And you guys couldn't do that.
it was like Murphy's Law. Whatever can happen will happen to the Bears, and it just kept getting worse and worse. But at the same time, the last 5 minutes of our season was Murphy's Law in a 5 minute span. It was just like every fucking bad thing. And you go on, and you keep seeing like Bostic was supposed to be blocking all the room that Brunette had after the pick. It's unfucking believable, and I am in a deep depression still.
I haven't watched ESPN this whole week. I haven't done radio. I deleted the Barstool app. I haven't done anything.
I couldn't even watch. I couldn't. They had the NFL lip reads today. I couldn't. I'm not watching anything
that has to do with the NFL. I can't do. I don't know if I can watch Super Bowl.
I'm not, and that's what I was gonna bring up. I've watched the Super Bowl every year since '96. Whatever Super. So I guess the '97 Super Bowl. Ever since we beat the Patriots, I've watched every single Super Bowl up until now. I'm not watching this year. I'm taking a boycott.
I don't know if I want to, man.
See, I'm like, I'm 2 weeks ahead of you guys in the grieving process. Because
you weren't that close to the Super Bowl, though. We were that fucking close. We were 5 minutes with the ball and 12-point lead.
I understand that, but you have to, like, in a Lions fan's mind, like, winning a playoff game is like getting over, like, the hump. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't won. I've never seen the Lions win a playoff game in my life. Never in my life. So, like, they were pretty close to winning a playoff game and they lost. So, like, the whole week after they lost, I didn't watch SportsCenter. I like barely used Twitter because I didn't want to like read about it. It was miserable. Like,
and the
miserable existence. But I would give my left nut to have been in the NFC Championship game and even be what the Packers did and lose that way. I know it would have sucked, but to be in the NFC Championship game,
you would not.
Yes, I would.
Would you still be able to watch the Super Bowl?
Would I be able to?
Yeah.
Yeah, after I had 2 weeks to get over it.
Well, it's such a weird case. I mean, that was.
You're gonna watch the Super Bowl, Brian. You're not gonna not watch the Super Bowl.
I promise you, I'm not. I'm gonna bet on it like a motherfucker. I'm gonna bet like 3 different ways on the coin toss.
4 hours.
I'm not gonna. I'll just fucking cry or get drunk or something. I can't do it. Tyler, I said it before. Going to the Super Bowl. What the hell was that?
No, it's not mine.
Going to the Super Bowl would be like you find out the one that got away, the one you were in love with and you almost had, the one that got away is getting married and then attending her wedding. That's what watching the Super Bowl would be like for a Packers fan this year. And I'm not going to put myself through it. Fuck that. Fuck that.
I think the worst part for you guys, though, is going to be, like during the game, they're going to talk more about the game, but like that pregame, they're going to talk about how each team got to the Super Bowl, and that's when they're just going to keep showing those highlights.
Well, the pregame's like 8 fucking hours, so of course they're going to talk. They're going to find anything they can find.
At what point?
Talk about.
You guys. At what point? Because like Morgan Burnett made that interception and went down, and you sent that Snapchat.
That was the point.
Joe was celebrating, and like your Snapchat said like Super Bowl bound. At what point?
I deleted it.
At what point?
Oh, you did that?
Yeah. At what point? I'm not making fun of you for that because I would have done the same thing. But at what point did you start thinking like, oh shit?
When we ran it 3 straight, we knew there was no chance that we won. After they scored their first touchdown, when Wilson did we knew we were done.
You just have to be a Packer fan to know. I know every other Packer fan knew it was over. It's the way the momentum was going, the way Russell was playing and our defense was playing, it was over. The overtime didn't matter. I mean, you saw what happened.
That was a great drive. I don't even remember that drive.
Conversion.
I'm just saying from if I was watching that game as a Lions fan, at no point would I have been like, even after that interception, I still would have been thinking like something's gonna go wrong because I've seen it happen so many times. But the Packers always seem to come out on top like in situations like that. So at what point? I'm guessing at what point did you just think like, shit, like before the onside kick, did you think that the Seahawks were going to recover it?
Yep. Absolutely.
I didn't know if I don't know.
I knew it was over.
I don't want to think. I kind of blocked. I tried to block everything out of my mind.
When McCarthy's bitch ass, and he coaches like this all the fucking time, so those McCarthy lovers can suck my dick. He's a horrible fucking game situational coach.
I don't want to talk years.
I'm getting pissed. I don't want this shit.
Yeah, I'm sweating right now, dude. I can't do this.
So when he went when he kicked the field goals in the first quarter, like I remember them playing the Lions, and like they got stopped on the goal line, and they got stopped. Another time I was watching, they got stopped at the goal line too.
Yeah, they got stopped there.
Yard. Like, so did you want him to go for it?
How many other chances are you going to get to be on the Seattle one? And you were there twice. You didn't go for it once.
I'm okay with going for it to get 3 on the board. Once you're up 3-0 and you're there, I say go to make it 10-0.
Yeah,
but I don't
think
think that's why we lost. I think the way we played, the way he coached in the second half is why we lost. Up 16-0 at half, I wasn't like, we need to be up 20. I thought we were going to fucking go to the Super Bowl, and we didn't, and now I'm not going to watch it.
All right, well, I'll let you know how it goes so I can keep up with your bets.
Yeah, you're going to be in Arizona, right?
I am. I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to be doing the opposite of what Brian's doing. I'm going to be as close to the Super Bowl as possible. We got a parking spot outside the stadium, so we're going to tailgate there and watch the game out there, so it should be a pretty good time. I really wish the Packers would have been there because I feel like Packer fans are just way cooler than Seahawk fans. I feel like Seahawk fans are just dicks.
How do you feel about this deflated ball bullshit?
I don't give a shit.
It's a story.
Don't give a fuck.
It's literally like, hey, somebody came out with it, and it's a story about nothing. It is the stupidest thing to hear. The worst part is, so many media outlets are coming out and saying like, oh, this isn't a story, and then they spend about 30 minutes talking about it. It's like,
Today I was watching after the Tom Brady news conference, they put on like NFL Live, and Mark Brunell was like crying.
Yeah,
like what? Are you on your period? Like, what is going on? So what? They play with deflated balls. Like it doesn't matter. They won by 1 million.
We had in my basement after the Packers lost, we had 8 deflated balls. We're Packers fans.
I'm telling you,
dude, hold on.
The Patriots could have used a beach ball and they would have beat the Colts.
Yeah, that's what one of the line Allen from the Colts. He came out and said they could have used soap and we would have lost that game.
They got crushed up and down the field. Like it doesn't matter. Who cares? I don't care.
Colin?
I was just gonna say, after the game, taking down the tailgate stuff. It's one of the worst moments of my life.
Was it just you taking it down?
Yeah.
He just said I can't sit here anymore, and me, Joe, and Mike just sat in silence.
How could you even watch
I was waiting for everybody to leave.
I don't want. Yeah, I just.
I went to bed.
I can't even think right now.
I went to bed at 6.
The video of the little black kid who was like crying, and then he's like, "And now they have a bicycle."
Fuck that. The fact that they had bicycles, were they talking about our training camp bullshit where we had the bicycles?
Is that what that was?
Were they taunting us? Because fuck you. You got dominated in that game, and there's a few fucking plays went your way.
I thought he was just riding a bike.
I thought it was hilarious when that little kid was like, "And now they have a bicycle."
We need to move the fuck on. We need to. Football's done.
Football's done.
I'm signing off. We fucking keep talking about this.
We're all done with football.
Okay, so this was.
I don't even want to talk anymore.
Okay, this was a point that I wanted to bring up today. Because WNBA season right around the corner. We're all looking forward to it now that
it's
football
not in the
season.
midst of it.
Yeah, no one ever knows. It just kind of pops up. I don't know. I think it's like in the summer.
I don't know what it is.
It all of a sudden just pops up. But obviously, none of us know what would it take each and every one of you to go to a game. Like, is there like a certain like special they'd have to have? Like, oh, it's like nickel beer night or something. Is it like they'd have to be giving away money for you to go, or what would it take?
Free concessions. It's all inclusive.
Yeah. I think the only
they need to
way
play like on the big screen. Don't have the score. Just have another like pro basketball game going, so I can watch that instead.
I think the only way I'm going to a WNBA game is if like just the hottest girl in the world wants to take me.
I would go.
You would go?
If someone was saying, "Hey, I got these WNBA game tickets. You can go for free, and we're gonna get plastered before," I would go and I would have a great time.
See, that's my thing because the WNBA season actually falls around my birthday, and the Sky play on my birthday. And last year we went to the Cougars game, and this year I'm thinking of going to a Sky game because I thought it'd be really funny to get really drunk at a
Absolutely.
like.
Listen, I've gone to my little sister's basketball games. I've gone to those. I didn't get drunk for them. I went and I watched their play, and it was the worst, like, however many hours of my life.
Yes.
And that's not true, but it was fucking awful. I would go to a WNBA game as long as I got super drunk and acted like I gave a shit.
Colin, instead of like an NBA game playing, what if it was just two random people playing NBA Jam on the big screen? Would you go?
Yeah, if I knew who it was, then I could, or it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do they even have big
anything
screens?
but the actual WNBA game?
Do they have jumbotrons?
I don't know. I feel like
honestly, if they didn't, that makes sense.
Where did the Sky play?
Where did they even
Don't they play in like Kimball Gym, like Kimball Middle School's gymnasium?
The
probably still couldn't fucking.
bleachers on one side only. Well, hey, speaking of women's basketball, I was
Divide the court.
I was getting ready for my volleyball league that I run, and there was middle school basketball going on, and the first play when I got there, this girl on the red team, there's a red team versus the white team. The girl on the red team took a shot from like God knows where, just looked like a one-handed like shot put throw, bangs it off the backboard. There's four girls in white under the basket. That's it. No, there's no red girls around. They all run into each other going for the rebound, tap the ball around, and it goes to the red girl, who promptly throws an air ball and goes out of bounds. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this.
Do you know what the final score was?
The final score was 70-24.
Get the fuck out of here. 70 points in a middle school girls basketball
Wait,
game?
no way.
They didn't turn off the scoreboard.
Okay, the red team was horrible.
That's awesome.
They're the ones that scored 70 because the white team, their point guard would come down and call a play. They'd be like, 1, and they would make the first pass, and the red team would steal it because the girls didn't know what they were doing, and they would go make the layup.
What was on the red team? What was the predominant like race?
Black, and on the white team, black.
Oh,
I sent these guys a list of the team names, and what was your favorite one, Brian? What was her name?
Portia.
Portia, with a P-O-R-S-H-Y.
Portia. Oh, I thought it was Portia.
Portia.
What the fuck? That's not how you spell Porsche either.
Yeah.
I got a lot of fucked up names in my classes, so I
don't know, but
I watch them all the time.
I dread. Number one, I can't imagine being a coach of a team like that. Like, your team just sucks and you know it. Like, how do you coach them?
A lot of patience and booze. It's my guess.
And, like, if you're a parent, you have to go to those games because that's your kid. But like,
you could drop them off and say, "Mom's got to go get some dick," or something. I don't even know. You could just.
I got to get out of here.
Why did you say Dad's got to go? Just say Mom.
Yeah. What are you? The homosexual?
Because the dad's going to the Suns games.
I love the scenario here of this family. Like, they can't go to both games. Like, the dad always goes with the.
I mean, you gotta trade off every once in a while, I guess.
Here's the solution. You got a girl. You don't put her in sports.
What do you do with her?
What if she's super athletic?
Abort.
Oh my.
She'll be a really good cheerleader.
Oh my god.
What if she's like Jenny Finch, just incredible at sports?
I wouldn't know. I would never find out.
So your daughter comes up to you
I don't think any of
one
us
day.
carry those type of genes for that.
No, I only have one pair, so.
Right? Or Kyle throws like a girl, so.
I don't know,
50 miles an
man.
hour worth.
I'm really accurate, so we'll see what happens. My girl will be the Greg Maddux of softball.
I think Brian's right. Just don't put him in sports.
Like I don't know. They'll have other clubs that can be like
They'll have their activities.
they can try to act and sing and shit, dance,
Yeah.
cheerlead.
But
I just
like,
don't
what?
want to have to go fucking watch that or coach it. Fuck that. Even if it's my only kid, even if I don't have a son, I don't want to fucking put myself through that, let alone her. Thinking she can do things.
The game was over, and I went in the hallway to get my volleyball stuff to the closet, and the coach was having a little meeting with this team that just lost by 46. And I heard him just say, "Oh, you know, I don't really have much negative to say. You guys played a really good game." It's like, what? I don't have anything negative to say.
You should have just went off on everybody.
What are you gonna say? You guys are fucking idiots.
Say number one. Do you know what a screen is? We worked on it all week in practice, but none of you seem to know what a screen is. Number two, do you know where the hoop is? Because none of you can seem to find it.
Number three, everyone keeps calling play number one. We got a bunch of other plays that we can run here. So
when you don't give a shit about something, and I know that coach didn't give a shit about it, your expectations go out the fucking window.
it's
My
so
grades,
nice.
my grades, I go through every day, and I put like, oh, what did they get today? And there's a behavior grade, and there's a performance grade. As long as the kid wasn't shitty, I give everyone a 3. These bitches can't even dribble a fucking ball. And I'm just like, fuck it. Like, because I don't care, so I don't care about your grade.
That's terrible.
Are your grades based on like just
1, 2, 3.
It's 1, 2, 3.
participation though? Like,
No, there's a little bit, but it's like I'm supposed to be like testing them and shit. Like, how many shots can you make? We did a game today with my third grade class. My third grade, my most unathletic third grade. My other third grades are pretty good. I put half of the class on one side, half the class on the other, and you shoot the ball. And you could shoot a layup for 1 point, like a mid-range jump shot for 2 points. And by mid-range, I mean like halfway to the free throw line. And then a free throw for 3 points. One team got 6 points, the other team got 0 points for like a 5-minute game. And the 6 points all came from one kid.
That kid's dominant.
In the whole fucking class for 5 minutes, they kept rotating through and rotating through. One kid made a basket. Fuck them. They all got 3s for the day. Everyone in the class.
Was everyone just taking jump shots? Was no one figuring out like layups?
I wasn't watching them. I was looking at my phone.
You have to give them 1, 2, or 3 every day?
I don't have to, but I've done it. I did it this quarter only because I feel like I've been a piece of shit for the first half of the year.
It doesn't even sound like you work.
I don't.
Awesome.
I just yell.
Do you have a whistle?
I did, but it stopped working. It says Coach Fahey on it. My friend gave it to me.
But it doesn't work anymore.
No.
No, it's just another thing you suck on. Whistles, dicks.
Yeah, I just added to the list of things that I suck on.
Yeah.
Right there under dicks.
Colin, I wish you weren't so depressed about the Packers, man.
Yeah, I just ruined this whole thing.
Let's talk Colin up a little bit here. You're ever going to a tailgate, bring this motherfucker. First of all, I bring him to the Packers-Lions game. He's got the queso in a little fucking crock pot. Then,
so good.
My driveway, which was a hell of a tailgate. It's too bad that day would have been like the best day ever had it not been fucking ruined. Deep fryer, making cheese curds, and then, which was planned, just out of nowhere, just
cheese curds?
Mac and cheese bites.
Ooh. Yeah, I made mac and cheese the other day, and there's leftovers, so we battered those, threw them in.
Which is gay. I didn't mention that, but.
What?
How do you have leftovers in a mac and cheese box?
Because I eat chicken with it, so I can't eat all of it if I make a box of mac and cheese, I have like 2 chicken breasts with it, so I don't eat the whole thing.
Well, why are you complaining, Fahey? You got mac and cheese bites then. So
no, I was fuck you. It's just kind of gay. I was just talking.
I know the idea of having but the idea of having leftovers is pretty fucking gay. I agree with you on that.
But yeah,
there was a lot. It was like a full fucking Ziploc bag too. It was enough for like 8 mac and cheese bites.
the Snapchats that you guys took, it looked really awesome. Actually, I was pretty.
Yeah,
jealous.
it was a lot of fun.
It was good from 10 a.m. till 5 minutes left in the Seahawks game.
This is kind of going to that Snapchat, back to the Cubs convention, and even back to a conversation we've had before. Al wearing that fucking Bears shirt was the stupidest thing. One, but I think I found somebody who beat that. I saw somebody at the Cubs convention, White Sox jersey, and not just like a shirt jersey, like a full-on jersey and a White Sox hat.
He paid to get into that. What a fucking asshole.
What's the point of going to the Cubs? Like, even if you're a Sox fan, your friends like. But like, even if like your friends are like, hey, like, if you're a Sox fan especially, and your friends are like, oh, we're gonna go to the Cubs convention this weekend, and you're like, you know what? I'll go too. I'll tag along. You have other things to wear. Same thing with Al. He should have worn something that wasn't Bears related. Same thing with that whole other discussion. It's the stupidest thing. And I just wanted to bring it back up because that's all I thought about at the Cubs convention for a little bit. And it got me really mad.
Whatever Al does, I try to ignore. Whatever it may be.
Whatever he does.
So.
No, fuck Al. Fuck him. And he's lucky he didn't get beat up because he was fucking the worst.
Was he cheering?
He was, yeah. At the onside kick, he went nuts. And fuck him. We're not talking about that. We can talk about the Cubs convention. Even if I was a Cubs fan, that looked like a horrible place to be.
It was.
There was a million people there.
There was a bunch of people
being in crowds.
But we figured out right away. We figured out oh, we can bring beer into this. So we started doing that, and there was like a couple.
Bring your own.
Yeah, like we got my backpack. We just the second day we just filled it up with beer and walked around, and no one yelled at us, so that was awesome. There were seminars you could go to that some of them were kind of cool because there was one about the 07-08 Cubs, and it was just basically players telling stories about how Lou Piniella was a crazy motherfucker, and that was kind of cool. But then you're right, there's just some people that one, it's packed, and two, there's people just I love the Cubs. Don't get me wrong. I got a Cubs flag behind me. It's my favorite team. But if in 10 years I am as crazy about this team as some other people are, and I have a wife and kid, it's gonna be kind of sad. We were standing around at one point, and we're talking about how at the opening ceremonies they showed oh, the Cubs are gonna be broadcasted on 780 this year, and there was a bunch of boos. People were booing that, and we're just talking that's stupid. There's no reason to boo where the team's going to be broadcasted. And this woman comes on over to me and is just you know what? I live here, and it was basically Southern Illinois, and we can't hear the Cubs games if it's not on 720 because we get blacked out if we try to watch it online. We can't watch it on this, yelling at me. And I'm first of all, this is a really weird fight you're trying to pick with me. Maybe you should calm down. Second, leave me the hell alone. I just want to be away from this. It's so weird.
I'm just saying, dude, I don't give a fuck what your age is. 4 grown men were crying in my basement the other day.
Well, no, they're
don't give up on the Cubs because you have a
no. That's not it. That's not it. I'm not gonna give up on the Cubs. I'm just saying the way some people just all of a sudden yelled at me, and the way these people were just booing a Cubs player at the one time of year where everything is supposed to be joyous. It was just so weird to me sometimes.
Are you talking about Edwin Jackson?
Yes, that was fucking weird.
All he does is Edwin.
Yeah, I said that.
I love Edwin Jackson.
He does win sometimes.
Sorry,
who else on the Cubs has a no-hitter?
I missed a whole lot of there. My mom was talking to me.
Yeah, you were muted. Kyle was just saying that. Sorry, Kevin Tesson. Kyle was saying that
there's
people take the sport too seriously. I could not on Monday. I couldn't eat. I didn't eat from the loss until 10 p.m. I had popcorn at the movie I went to, and I went to a movie to get my mind off of what was fucking happening. I tried to eat frozen pizza on Monday. I puked it all up. I couldn't fucking get anything down. I don't give a fuck if I'm 24. Am I 24?
See, yeah, you're 24. My point is you're allowed to get upset. Hell, I would still be devastated, and it's understandable. But like the way like I would go to I like told Ryan this, like I want to go to the Cubs convention for sure next year because like there were some things that I liked, and like now that I've been there before, I can like plan ahead of time
You
and
better try to top 53.
What?
You better try to top 53.
53 miles per hour on your pitch.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I'm training. So, but at the same time, like in 10 years, like it just kind of seems like a thing I won't need to go to anymore because, like I've been to it for 10 years. Like it's a fun thing to go to. I recommend everybody going to a fan convention if they like a team. If that team holds a convention, Tyler, you should go with us next year for sure because it's going to be a blast.
I'm
But
gonna go with Jesse Flores.
no, Jesse Flores is dad.
Jesse Flores is JJ Flores' dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Brian, I know how you feel, dude. Like, after the Lions lost, which obviously they didn't lose in the NFC Championship game, but it just, I was miserable. My brother came down like 2 hours after the game. He's like, "Oh, what do you want to do tonight?" And I was like, "I just want to lay here. I just want to lay here and do nothing. Like, that's what I want to do. I'm depressed." He's like, "Dude, it's just a game." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's not just a game." Like,
I mean, I got to go way back. When the Bears lost the Super Bowl, yeah, I was in high school, but like that sucked. I didn't want to go to. I didn't have to go to school the next day. My mom let me not go to school. That was awesome.
I mentioned that this was the most devastating loss in sports history. Tyler one-upped me, but I can't think of many others besides that. The
And
way that it happened. The way that
I said Game 6 of the 2003 NLCS, and then in turn Game 7 too, just losing that series. Like that is still the saddest I've ever been as a sports fan. The Lions losing the playoffs this year came close, but because I'm older, so like I felt it a little bit more. I was only 13 when the Cubs lost in the NLCS.
But see, the same
two
thing.
other
Like
times have been this sad. 2 other times, and one was a huge heartbreak, and one was someone dying.
it's just, it's weird how sports can do that to you. Like that's what I love is that you can have so much passion. But I saw it like posted. I've seen other people say this like. The lows of sports are like you can get lower than anything. Even they're better. Like the highs, you can only get so much, but the lows just keep going, and like it's unbelievable how true that is.
The hurt of a big loss is way more than like
Yes.
the joy of a big win.
The only thing that I could like say would disagree with that is if the Cubs ever won the World Series, because like honestly, that's gonna be the happiest I'll ever be in my life.
Even the Cubs winning the World Series.
But think about that. The happiness that you got is because of all the horrible, horrible heartbreak that you've had over a lifetime. Once you get it, it's because this horrible heartbreak is over. Here we are. If you just got that all the time, like if we won it every year, I'd just be like, oh yeah, we won it. But we won it once. I got the taste of it. Well, twice in my lifetime, but once since I've really been a diehard give a fuck fan. And now that I've had that taste, I've had 4 just horrible heartbreaks, this being the worst one of them all.
Do you ever
one year.
Do you ever go back and like watch the like DVD videos?
Yeah, the other
like
day.
but after that loss, can you do that? Because that's what I've always been like.
never
You know
watch
what?
that
I'll
again.
just do that.
I haven't even seen the highlights from.
I haven't watched the highlights either.
I don't need to. I know what the fuck happened. Everyone
I
knows.
remember every fucking play.
Like I know this one's like fresher, but do you think down the road that this one will hurt more than the one with Favre and the Giants?
Yep.
This one is the worst.
This is the worst.
The worst.
Interesting.
I mean, since that, like that was like one. I'm not even gonna be like. Usually, I watch the podcast like or something like that. I'm not gonna be able to watch the podcast.
Let's make this our depressing podcast.
Is there anything besides sports that we could fucking talk about? Like anything?
Yeah, did you guys anyone see American Sniper?
Yeah.
I want to.
Well, Brian,
I'll give you a link on Facebook if you want.
I'm seeing it this weekend, but thank you.
Okay.
Did you guys like it?
I liked it. I think that there's plenty of better movies that have been out this year.
I agree.
I just see there's like everybody's talking like people are talking crap about it and arguing back and forth about it. Like I don't understand why people can't just go like watch the movie, enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
Like
They're just critiquing it too much.
It's the sad thing that happened.
Well-
I read the book, part of it. I read like 2 chapters of the book. I hated the guy in the book. He's just a hick, like arrogant, like, oh, I loved killing people. I don't like hearing that shit. But he is an American hero, and I can understand that. And what happened to him was terrible. Here's what they should have done, though. And they mentioned like PDS and all, or PTSD and all that shit. Like they kind of mentioned it, and he was doing the right thing by going. At the end credits, they show what happened to him, and then they could have used some stats, like this many people suffer from PTSD. Like they did nothing of that shit. Not take advantage of it, obviously, but like you have an opportunity to spread awareness of a fucking horrible disease, and you don't fucking do shit about it. All you're trying to do is just say this motherfucker. Like I don't know.
No, I know what you're saying.
I just say that, like, and like this is going back, but like you said, like now there's celebrities tweeting things about it, and all of a sudden it just like makes people like really like pissed off. Like what's the like? It kind of goes back to why like sometimes I just hate Twitter because people just overreact to everything. But like, why even like say shit? Like you know what's gonna happen.
Needs to shut the fuck up about every issue. And I like Seth Rogen. His movies are funny. He makes me laugh. He needs to shut the fuck up.
I don't know why people went and watched the movie and then they said they were like offended or whatever, like they can't believe like that he killed all these people, blah blah. Like that's his job. Like
yeah, I wasn't offended by it at all, and I'm anti-war. Like I'm liberal as fuck.
If he didn't kill those people, like they would have killed American soldiers. So
here's the thing.
Also, what do they think people are doing overseas? Like, there's a reason people are over there.
Checkers?
Hugging. I went and saw the Imitation Game by myself today, and that motherfucker.
What do you think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
That was way better than American Sniper.
Oh, definitely.
That motherfucker saved 14 million lives because he ended World War II 2 years before it would have, and he let a lot of people die. And then because it's so bad to be gay, or it was at the time, they made him take these pills that ended up making him.
It's like hormone.
Yeah, some hormones because they were so intolerant of gay people that ended up, that was his demise. This dude was a way more hero than, and I'm not taking anything away from Chris Kyle, whatever his name was. He was a hero, but this dude saved way more lives, and I haven't even heard anyone who's seen the movie. So
sounds gay.
The movie's fucking awesome, but he's a gay.
That's a joke.
That's what I was gonna. I went by myself. How do you guys feel about going to see movies by yourself? Kyle, I know you were gonna go today.
Yeah, no, I'm going tomorrow because I wanted to see either Birdman or Whiplash, and neither one of them were playing at the time. But there's one playing like early.
It's better than Birdman.
But like the only problem is I have to like. There's only one early showing of Birdman, and Whiplash is like in the afternoon, and I can't make it. But I went and saw Avatar alone, like in 3D, one because I could for free, and it was like right before I was gonna like leave theaters, so I went, and it wasn't bad. Like I want to see like if there's a movie that I want to see and nobody else is gonna go see it, there's nothing wrong with seeing a movie alone, but I mean I'd prefer to have somebody there sometimes.
The way I see it is, what's the fucking difference?
Yeah, you can't talk to somebody.
Walking with all my friends, you shouldn't be doing that anyway. Yeah, I use my phone, but I go, I get my popcorn, I sit down.
The only reason I go to a movie with someone is so that after the movie's over, like
you talk about it.
Talk to them about it, yeah. I've gone to a movie once by myself, and it was draft day, like 2 weeks after it came out, and I was the only one in the whole theater.
That movie was so fucking bad.
I went and saw it. It was at like a 9 o'clock showing on like a Wednesday night, and I just went by myself. I had the whole place to myself. It was great.
Luke cried in that movie.
Luke cried in Draft Day?
Yeah, I cry in every movie. I didn't fucking cry in Draft Day with Kevin Costner.
I didn't cry in Draft Day.
No.
I've never gone to a theater by myself.
You should try it, dude. Especially you're kind of like a loner, dude.
You are a loner.
I don't know.
I like doing my own thing.
I hope I'm not offending you, but like.
When you guys.
You don't like going to movies, though.
Yeah, I don't like going to movies in general.
When American Sniper was over, did the people in your theater clap?
No, but they clapped in Selma, and I joined.
I didn't see that one. Oh, another thing about this, like, okay,
a lot of black people.
One of my ex-girlfriend's dads, he lived and died by like movie ratings. Like he would like read what Ebert and Roper said about it, and if they hated it, he would refuse to see it. And if they loved it, like he would. So we were deciding between two movies, and he wanted to go see Ides of March. Did you guys ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's with Ryan, right?
Horrible.
Ryan Gosling.
It was brutal. The most boring. It had no point. There's no plot point. There's no plot. It was just stupid.
What did you want to see?
I won't tell you.
Say it.
What?
What is it?
Jack and Jill.
Turn it off. End the podcast. End it. People are gonna think we're stupid.
No, but I'm saying, what do you think? Like, do you take ratings like?
Yep.
Or reviews?
No, I IMBD everything. If it's not above a 7, I probably won't want to watch it.
See, I don't read movie reviews because I always feel like there's gonna be a spoiler or something in it. So I just like I'll hear like, oh, like that movie was good, or I'll hear like if a movie's bad, but I won't like seek out a movie review before I see it.
I go to movies based on that shit.
But
if it's getting like critically acclaimed, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go see that shit. And honestly, I'm probably a little bit more biased towards things that get better reviews. And I'm probably just being a snob and trying to be cool, but I really do like a good fucking movie. I don't like Jack and Jill.
I'm not saying Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill's a terrible movie, but I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was funny. Like, I just love Adam Sandler, so it's funny to me. But I've seen so many movies that like have gotten terrible reviews that I like genuinely enjoyed.
Yeah, I was just gonna make that point. There are a lot of movies that
I've seen a lot of movies that have gotten great reviews that I hated. Like, for example, Tree of Life. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah.
No.
They got shitty reviews too, though.
I think that was the most. No, I got pretty good reviews. Tree of Life.
I'll check it right now. Gotta get the app.
There was like a 30-minute scene where it was like I was watching Discovery Channel, like playing.
I went with Joe Gaze. I liked it, but
Joe
got a 6.7.
I hated that shit.
6.7.
That fucking just like it was all about like the creation of the world, and I was like, and Joe was sobbing. Get the fuck out of here, dude. There haven't been any words. There's been like fake dinosaurs, and I was like, what the fuck?
They didn't say any words for like a half hour.
It was fucking I would never watch that shit again in my life. He got like the extended cut that was like 4 extra hours long. And none of it was like the Brad. I like the Brad Pitt shit, like with the son and father. Like I liked all that shit. But half the fucking movie was like space and like things going like this, and I was like, into this. Interstellar sucked too. That movie sucked.
What?
Interstellar sucked.
I
haven't seen it.
I saw it twice.
Why? It's horrible.
Why? I liked it.
Worst movie. My least favorite movie of all time. Everyone fucking loves. Everyone. I know like 3 other people that hate it.
What is it?
Silver Linings fucking Playbook. Worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Why? I'm not gonna say whether I like it or not.
You love it.
What do you?
Got an 8.9. That's pretty.
Silver Linings?
No, I'm sorry. Interstellar.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
What do you not like about Silver Linings?
8.9 is pretty ridiculous. I'm about to check that out.
Here's what I don't like about it.
And wait, Interstellar got 8.9?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go see that, dude. You gotta see that in IMAX.
Silver Linings Playbook is fucking ridiculous. There's not a single believable character in that whole fucking movie. Chris Tucker's in it for God knows what reason. They're fucking dancing and shit for God knows what fucking reason. They're gambling on it like... And then fucking everyone who was in it got an Academy Award nomination. The mom? What the fuck? She was in it for like 10 seconds. De Niro. Here's De Niro. Here's De Niro's whole fucking time. Watch the game with your dad. Why don't you watch the Eagles? Deshaun Jackson. That was his whole fucking role. His whole role. It's the game. I'll watch it with your dad. And then Bradley Cooper was like fucking freaking out. And that was it. That was it. Worst movie I've ever seen.
That's how I feel about Drive. That movie sucked.
Drive is awesome.
That movie sucked.
Drive is
Acting sucked. It was so boring.
Can we all agree
It
that
was so lame.
Ever is About Time?
That's my favorite movie.
Me too.
About
Wait.
time.
I've never not cried.
So good.
It's a touching film. Touching film.
First time I saw that movie, I was at a theater with this girl Hannah that I was dating. She lived in Rockford, and during that movie, I was just like, man, I do not want to hang out with this girl anymore.
Oh, I saw that movie.
I
I
love
don't
it.
remember it though.
I saw it on Valentine's.
No lasting impression for me, I guess.
No lasting impression? Are you kidding me?
Are you guys gonna see 50 Shades of Grey?
I'm gonna stand outside the theater with a dozen roses when it lets out.
That's what I was. That is bullshit.
That's a great idea.
That came out on Valentine's Day is just ruining worlds for men. Because you gotta go bring your fucking girlfriend to it because that's the only thing she wants to do. If you're not going on a nice date, so if you're just like a cheap, whatever. Not saying you're cheap if you go to the movies, but like.
If you weren't planning on going to like a big dinner.
So all these fuckers are going to this movie, and then they're gonna go get laid afterwards, which is good for us. But then these girls are gonna be expecting like this kinky, amazing sex that just changes your world, and we got these little sweaty, can't get hard dicks that are not gonna satisfy them in the least bit. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Valentine's Day is impossible to please a girl. It's like us on New Year's. You can't meet that expectation. You can't meet your girl's expectation on Valentine's Day. And then you're going to have like the best sex ever in the theater, and then come back to this, whenever I got going. Fuck that. It's impossible.
There's gonna be some kinky shit going on during the movie.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's gonna get released. Like during the movie, this couple is, doing whatever.
Kyle's gonna be happy that he's not cleaning up theaters afterwards because he's
It's gonna be.
No, and like what's gonna be funny is like after like that movie like is really busy, like when it dies down and there's only like a few people in the theater, like when it's like one of the last movies to get out, like if it's just like two other couples in there, one couple's just gonna be going at it, and there's gonna be somebody who's like, all right, I gotta make sure like everybody's out of the theater, and is just going to walk in and just see two people doing it just because of that movie.
Dudes are going to have to stay afterwards because they're going to have boners and not going to be able to like stand up and like walk out of the theater without tucking
Should
it.
be getting jerked off the whole time.
We should do a WhatSupTho movie event and just go to 50 Shades.
All go to 50 Shades together?
All together.
No, don't bring any girls. Just like 5
I'm
dudes.
going to have to go see it.
Why are you gonna have to go see it?
Because I want to see it.
Oh,
I'm going to have to go alone.
I'll go.
You're not going to make it a mother-son date?
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying you and your mom go to a lot of movies. I figure your
I'm
mom
not going
wants
to
to
go
see
see a movie
it.
about fucking.
Brian, I'll go see it with you on Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
It'll be fun.
Oh, man.
All right.
I'm surprised at how much Charlie Conway talked today. He's really been.
It's because I wore my captain shirt, Had to step up the game a little bit because we were missing Ryan.
That's
I'm
the
not a
only, that's
defender,
the
I'm
only
a
Ducks
scorer.
team that could ever win a championship.
What?
It's the only Ducks team that could ever win a championship.
No, Team USA won.
I just mean Oregon sucks. I wish Ryan was here.
Oh, the Ducks team, I get it.
That's the true Duck dynasty, you know what I mean? Alright, guys, well, damn. We finally got our horrible joke that got no response, so I think that's about to... My friends left for the bar without me.
Michael Gloss.
Oh, yeah, shit. Mike Gloss commented on the last one, so we
Nice.
promised him a shout-out. That's all you get. I don't know what else to tell
That's
you.
all you get.
Yeah, if you comment on the next one, maybe we'll mention your name 2 times. So, we'll see.
We're not going to.
Or
Don't
we'll mention
comment.
your name. Or we'll mention your name before everyone has stopped listening.
No, but we made him what he was only. He,
We kept him around for this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
One,
that's the trick.
Down crying,
that's the
and then
trick.
us. Fuck it. I don't care. I gotta teach tomorrow. I gotta get drunk tonight.
Yeah.
What's up, the podcast?
Here's a shout out to all of Brian's students for the open gym you'll be having tomorrow.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next week.
if you don't mind. Got some unfinished business to tend to.